So welcome to a special late night edition of TNTV, where we're on the couch to talk about sex.
Yeah, we were just having a chat about it and going, how many times do we have couples, really asking us the question, look, our intimate life is just not good for either of us. And it's this kind of time of night where, people are frustrated, they're fed up, and they're going, either, for the men, well, what are they thinking about? Sometimes
well, most men are thinking, can I get to bed and, have some sex with her? And basically a lot of women are going, I don't want to have sex with him.
No, we don't. We're just otherwise we just feel like you're using us in order to, release your frustrations. Where actually what we want is to feel like it's intimate time. Yeah. So the actual intercourse is not the big thing for women. It's the time that we take together to be, talking. Yeah.
I think what's true though is interesting that maybe women are pushing their men away because they're coming towards them, seemingly just wanting sex. But I guess from a man's viewpoint, girls, if you could really understand where they're coming from, and then guys, if you could understand where women are coming from, so we're actually all on the same page in the book at the same point, then we'd all do a little bit better. So just for me to explain how men get themselves into the situation of just wanting some sex, often it's just literally stress. I always say we're a bit like pressure cookers, yeah? For men, stress of the day builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up. And the easy way for a man to de-stress himself is actually to have an orgasm. It just feels like you get a bit of a high, and sadly, with any negative sexual connection, what tends to happen once you've had a high is you get a bit of a low. Now if you're doing that with your wife, you might get the high and then go to sleep, but you've got a very low with your wife who's thinking that's not good for me.
That's right. And of course women are getting stressed all the time as well. That's the problem, is that they've been at work or they've been dealing with the kids or the house or whatever, and they're getting themselves into just a really bad state, and then they're going, well, a lot of women will go, I don't want to have sex at all, I don't want to be intimate, and then they'll come up with different excuses. There's the old adage, I've got a headache and all that kind of stuff. Or they will go, I want to have sex now, because it will help me release my frustrations. None of that is anything like fabulous intimacy.
It's not what you're looking for at all. So how do we all get
How do
we all get on the same page? Well, the first thing we need to do is to actually connect. And the best way to connect, which we see that most couples don't do, is they just don't even look at each other. Looking, your eyes are great connectors. So when you look at your beautiful woman and you start thinking beautiful things about her, you are going to treat her differently. It would be great, wouldn't it, if you could just tell her, say, half a dozen or 10 fabulous things about her, like, you're just gorgeous, and you've got beautiful eyes, and I love everything about you. And there's only 3.
That's right. And you see, women can do the same. Is instead of saying you're home late, I've had a terrible day, basically what you're saying is I'm not happy and it's your fault. Instead of telling the guy what's so great about him, really, and if he does come and spend some time with you, not to take that moment to give it to him, but to just saying, I really value and love our time together talking. And see, that's what will lead into intimacy. So then it's seamless between intimate talking, intimate connection, and intimate love.
Yeah, so there you go. It's all dead simple. The main thing is to get yourself in a good place and connect with your partner in a loving way. Tell them what you love about them and see the difference that makes. And do that before you go to bed. And who knows what magic can happen in the bedroom. And go, instead of going inside going, I need some sex, or
or I don't want it, or...
that really is not working. So if that's you, and if you need any help in this area of life, just feel free to email us, phone us, whatever you need to do. Get on the old website, and that's what we do. We help loads and loads of people get intimately back together again, where the spark and magic's all disappeared. Then we can definitely help you get that back. Anyway, we've got to be off now. We're going to be sharing some loving intimacy now, so we will be back with you next week, and we'll see you then.
Bye.